Warren Buffett's stock market sell signal, and parents going into debt for school supplies. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance put out by Fortune and written by Jason Ma, titled, "Bill Gross Says Don't Buy the Dip as Stocks Crash While Warren Buffett's Moves Hint at Sell Signal." The author of this article quoted Bill Gross, the bond king, as saying, "Investors should stop talking about buying the dip and start asking about selling recoveries." Well, my friends, I want you to consider the source here. Bill Gross is a bond guy. Some would say he has a vested interest in seeing people sell equities and load up on bonds. With that said, it is always interesting to see what he has to say. The author of this article went on to reference Kathy Seifert, who is an analyst with CFRA, who said, "Buffett may be bracing for a downturn. This is a company girding itself for a weaker economic climate." Well, my friends, I certainly think a weaker economic climate could come to fruition. The signs are everywhere if you take the time to look around and ignore some of the hype from the mainstream media. With that said, who knows what kind of rabbit the Fed may pull out of their hat to stimulate the economy and juice the markets. That is always a possibility. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. One commenter said, "What does one expect a bond king to say? Bonders are always negative on equities." The next commenter said, "When the Fed announced their first rate hike a couple of years ago, the market started to tank. Then they said last November they are pausing their hikes, but still have not lowered rates to this day, and the market went crazy and blew past all-time highs, even though they did not lower rates even once. The highest prediction that I saw at the beginning of 2024 from any of these experts, including the perma bull Tom Lee, was 5,200, but it blew by that as well, and that was the top one. None of the experts have a clue anymore because fundamentals mean nothing to these casino stock junkies. It's tulip mania, but be careful because at any point, this thing can and probably will get crushed with all that is against it." The next commenter said, "The Oracle of Omaha is about to trigger a financial crisis because he knows how to use it to his advantage." The next comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "These are the whales that will drive the market down even further with their advice, and then they'll buy up the bargains while still telling the rest of us not to." Well, my friends, people certainly have some strong opinions. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. The next story really paints a picture for you about what is happening in the real economy. I read this on foxbusiness.com, written by Daniela Genovese, titled, "Parents Putting Off Paying Bills, Buying Groceries for Back-to-School Expenses." According to the author, purchasing school supplies is taking its toll on parents who admit to sacrificing buying necessities to ensure their children have what they need for the year. The author went on to reference an Intuit Credit Karma study, which revealed 50% of parents are trading up groceries and paying bills in order to ensure their children are covered for the school year. Apparently, this percentage is even worse for younger parents. Well, my friends, I hate to hear about this. Parents love their children, and some will do just about anything to make sure they have what they need. It is just unfortunate that parents are not paying their bills or skipping grocery purchases just to buy school supplies. You have to wonder how many of those school supplies are really needed. When I taught public school decades ago, some of my fellow teachers had these huge lists of supplies that they wanted parents to purchase, including boxes of Kleenex for the classroom. This way, the teacher would have a stockpile of Kleenex boxes for the classroom throughout the year. I never sent parents a list for supplies. I tried to make do with the budget that the school provided. If I needed something that the school couldn't afford, I talked with local business owners or I tried to write a grant with an external funding agency. I never wanted to put the burden on parents. Getting back to the article, the cost of school supplies has risen up to 24.5% over the past 4 years, according to the Labor Department. This year, over 30% of parents surveyed said they can't even afford back-to-school shopping. Nearly 1/3 of parents are willing to take on up to $500 in debt, and 1 in 6 parents are willing to take on up to $750 in debt to cover the cost of school shopping. This is terrible news, my friends. Given how high interest rates are right now, this could be catastrophic for some of these parents. Debt can quickly spiral out of control. Isn't it unbelievable that the cost of school supplies has risen up to 24.5% over the past 4 years? I'm sure most of these parents haven't seen their wages at work rise 24.5% over the past 4 years to compensate. Parents are already struggling with higher rent, more expensive car insurance, more expensive daycare, more expensive food at the grocery store. Now they have to worry about more expensive school supplies. I'm afraid the path we are on is not sustainable. But what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Here's some more bad news about parents. I read this on foxbusiness.com, written by Nora Colomer, entitled, "Parents Rely Heavily on Borrowing to Pay for College Costs." According to the author, roughly 42% of families said they plan to rely on federal student loans, and 16% said they would use private loans to pay for college. This is according to the College Avenue survey. These parents estimated they would borrow more than $46,000 over 4 years. Some families, 19%, plan to make up for their college savings shortfall by borrowing up to $68,000 in parent loans. Well, my friends, I hate to hear about these parents going into debt to pay for college for their children. I know parents love their children and they want to provide them with just about every opportunity possible. I just hope these parents are being strategic about this, and I hope their children are ready for college. A friend of mine once told me every young man should get out in the real world and work a difficult job for a year or two after high school to see how the world works and to mature before deciding what he wants to do. His example was being a truck driver. That's because he did that right after high school. He said hauling freight across the country and working long hours and interacting with all types of people really made him appreciate his next career move. His point is, some young people need time to mature before they can truly appreciate the opportunities presented to them, such as college. Some young people also don't know what they want to do, so they just go to college. This can be very expensive because you could start with one major and then switch halfway through. Many of the credits from the first major may not apply to the second major. This could mean more student loan debt for the students or their parents. Again, these are just my thoughts. I'm curious what you think about all of this. Let me know in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.